Hi everyone, this is my very first Pez dispenser. Now, I've never been super interested in Pez, but I have heard of them and I have been, somewhat curious about it. But I've been even more curious about it ever since last year because last year I saw in a supermarket there were a bunch of Smurf Pez dispensers, and I was like, OMG, now I would like to get one. And when I went to purchase them weeks later, I skimmed through the aisle and I could not find them. And I was so disappointed. Now I skimmed through the aisle, but obviously it could have still been there and maybe I've never seen it. Or maybe they moved it to a different shelf. I don't know. And I never really asked them anyone who's working there about the Pez dispensers. So moving on Saturday, I went to the store and it's this health store. They sell a bunch of like healthy products. Also a lot of like pricey chocolates and like the really good kinds of stuff, like the really good bags of sweets and stuff like that. Really awesome stuff. They even sell like a bunch of nice toys. I don't know what you call that kind of store, but I'm gonna call it a health store because they mostly sell healthy products. And I saw an entire what do you call this, the rack that has a bunch of like hangers, you know I don't know what you call that, but there was this entire cylinder rack with these Pez dispensers hanging on it, and there were so many characters, and well, I would say so many as in there were so many repeated characters. I did not really have time to look at all of them. I think most of them were from children's shows, but then I came across this, you know Naruto. Okay. And there were also Sakura and Sasuke Pez dispensers. And I was like, OMG. Now, all of the Pez dispensers came with three flavors of sweets. Now, I ate two flavors during the past few days. I just finished, cherry today, and lemon I finished on Saturday. And lemon was a bit of a disappointing flavor. It wasn't super strong with the lemony taste, but cherry was really good. It reminded me of those old lollipops I used to have when I was younger. And now, recently, I just put in strawberry and I successfully put it in the right way. The first time I tried putting in the lemon sweets, I could not do it. I struggled. I had to put them in individually. When it came to the cherry, I struggled with that somewhat because I had like you could say like 60% or 70% of them in. So it wasn't a big deal. But today, just before I started recording this, I managed to put the entire thing in. It was so fun, and it just feels so much better when you do things correctly. But wow, is it challenging to put these in. So I never had a strawberry before. Smells delicious. The best kind of sweets are strawberry sweets. It smells like those fruit sweets. Those hard fruit sweets you would get in those toy guns or toy pliers or toy tools. I'm thinking of toys from like decades ago, but that's the smell of the sweet. I'm showing it to you guys as if you can smell through the screen. How silly of me. Okay, let's go. Oh, look at that. He just exuded a little sweet out of his neck. If only we all could do that. That would be so wonderful. So when it came to this sweets, the first time I ever saw Pez online, I expected it to be like a more chewy sweet. I never expected it to be hard candy. It even has the word Pez printed on both sides. Okay. Okay. Whoa, it tastes good. Oh, wow. Okay. It reminds me of Nesquik milkshake. Wow. That's pretty good. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Will I collect the Sasuke and Sakura pairs dispensers? I don't really know because they are quite pricey, which they are like 50 rands, which I don't know how that translates in different country currency, but I think 50 rands you can buy a bunch of sweets with that, But let's just see. I would like to at least have the Smurf Pez dispensers. That would be lovely. But anyways, yeah, I'm somewhat interested. I'm just happy that you have these cool little dispensers where you can dish out these wonderful sweets. It's cool for like traveling. You can carry these anywhere and you can just pop them out whenever you or your friends need some sweets. It's pretty cool. It's also a good conversation starter. Bye.